I could say that there's been times where, I felt like my masculinity has been challenged, and so I've had to do something to sort of show it off or to show that I'm not masculine.
And I don't think it's their fault either. I think it's something that they've been that's been imposed on them and shaped their experiences in life.
Simone de Beauvoir, who is amazing, who I love, said that one isn't born a woman, one becomes a woman. And so I think that can be applied to being a man or masculinity in the same way.
They're told to be a certain way and they don't necessarily live up to that standard, then they feel insecure. They feel the need to go out into the world and assert their dominance.
I think I've had to slowly redefine that as I get older.
My dad is very strict. He's ex-military. Taught us how to be responsible or develop self-discipline from a very young age.
Well, I mean, for me, a masculine man is someone who sort of knows their place in the world in terms of knowing their potential influence.
You can't be masculine unless you care for others.
I would say it ought to be treating everyone the same, with compassion, and how you do that just depends on who you are, and I think that it should not be defined by societal norms.
It's funny because I used to be a really violent kid growing up for this different reasons, for abuse and whatnot, but that's how we grew up in our household. My father never touched me. I've seen him touch my older siblings, but that was a different time. But it's always been violence is never the answer.
I don't think they have a natural tendency towards violence. I think that is thrust upon them.
Competitive, I think that could be sort of like the downside of sort of what masculinity has come to.
I think competition is good because it forces you to become a better version of yourself. Where it becomes unhealthy is probably when you are seeing something in other men that they're doing right and you despise them.
I think men, for the longest amount of time, have not been encouraged to sort of address a lot of the issues around them.
You bottle those things up. At some point, it's going to be overflow. It's going to be a drop too much in a glass, and that usually leads to breakdowns.
I think more men should feel more comfortable, in being, call it less masculine or more feminine.
If you can be comfortable with who you are, then you don't have to even worry about masculinity.
Have you ever been ashamed to be a man?
No.
What gives you your confidence in your masculinity?
It has nothing to do with my masculinity. It has everything to do with who I am.
You can have quote unquote feminine aspects of your personality. You can be gay, you can be black, you can be all of these things and still be a man.
I don't think about masculinity. I think it's kind of a moot subject. I think it's stupid. I think that insecure men talk about masculinity.
A reason to be ashamed to be a man. Same way no female should be ashamed of being a woman.
Just be nice, be kind, be careful, and be thoughtful. Because that, at the end of the day, is good for oneself, it's good for others, and it's good for the world.